fellow Dadpreneurs, Adam Dukes here, and in this video I'm going to share with you the power of content marketing and how it can help you make effortless sales. But before we get into that, I got my Do the Work shirt on. Check it out. The link down below in the description, totaldads.com. Right now it's an online dad apparel store. I'm actually kicking around the idea. I had a vision for Total Dads when I started it a couple months ago to be like an online resource for dads to help them build their mindset, their health, their relationships, and their wealth, their income, their business. There's 4 pillars that I kind of go by. A couple guys I follow online have 4 pillars, and I kind of reworded it. So mind, health, ships, and wealth. Ships being relationships. I wanted that Total Dads to be a resource, an online resource with all 4 of those categories, using content, basically what this video is about, whether that be a podcast, whether that be like an interview show where I interview people on YouTube and or blog posts. Still not sure exactly, but it's still the URL is going to be the same, but you might see some changes in the coming weeks or months ahead. I haven't really decided quite yet, but again, it's totaldads.com. I ended up getting the license plate for it a couple weeks ago. I got a new car and I got a personalized plate, so I think it's TTL Dad. So now it's official now. I have the license plate. So anyways, on to content marketing. I'm a huge fan of content marketing. I've been putting out blog posts since 2010. I started like a sports Vegas women's blog back in 2010. I thought it was going to be my claim to fame. It wasn't. It was called Sin City Trifecta. And I ended up throwing the towel in 2013, but I ended up putting out over 1,000 blog posts on that. It was purely a hobby. I didn't earn a single penny from it. $0.00 is what I earned from it, but I had a lot of fun with it, and it taught me a lot about blogging, online marketing, and all that. So I put out content over the years, whether that's video format or whether it's blog posts on my own blogs, on medium.com, on linkedin.com, answering questions on Quora, obviously social media posts. I put out probably 70 plus podcasts on iTunes, and then obviously a ton of YouTube videos. I think I'm just over 300, like 303 or 304 YouTube videos, and I started my YouTube channel in 2010. So again, I've been putting out content for years and years and years and years, and I don't. The train ain't slowing down anytime soon. I'm a big fan of it. So I highly recommend it. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. I don't care if you're the pizza shop down the street, you're a loan officer, you're a private investigator, you're a ski lodge owner. It doesn't matter. You need to be putting out content. There's 3 forms of content: written word, audio, and video. I suggest picking one that you enjoy, one that you'll stick with, one that you're maybe decent at. You'll improve over time, obviously, and just stick with it. Get better at it. If you got a face for radio, do podcasts. I got a face for radio. I still put my ugly mug here on video because I enjoy doing video. I have a lot of fun with it. So I do video. I do a little bit of written word as well because I really enjoy writing. So pick one and do it. And why I like content marketing. So years ago, I had a website. It's still live today. It's called Social Synergy, and it was a real estate marketing company. And I helped real estate agents advertise on Facebook. So I would blog about real estate marketing, and people would find my website. And I rank for a lot of keywords still to this day. I haven't blogged since 2015. A lesson right there. 2016 probably. I haven't published a blog post in 3 years. The website still generates traffic. It still generates leads. All these years later, content that I wrote years ago, not that I use those leads or anything, I'm just showing you that that's the power of content marketing. You do the work today, it's going to pay off this week, next month, next year, and years down the road. So that's why I'm a big fan of content marketing. It's working for you 24/7, 365. And so I would get on sales calls with these people that would find me online, and I'd get on sales calls, and I remember the one part, I think it was a real estate agent. It was a real estate agent. Can't remember if it was a man or woman, but they had told me, they were like, yeah, I went down this I stumbled upon you like late Friday night, and I went down this rabbit hole of your website, and I read like 6 or 7 blog posts, and then I found a video that linked to your YouTube channel, and then I went and checked out like 3 or 4 of your YouTube videos. He knew my name. He knew I was from Michigan. He knew I had a new daughter at the time, Ava. She was born in 2013, so she was little at the time, because I talk about that like in my content. But he like knew me. I'd never met him. I'd never talked to him, never spoke a word, but it was because of my content. He went and found me out, consumed my content, liked what I had to hear, scheduled a call. And I can't remember if he became a client or not. But that's neither here nor there, really. The content sells you, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, it doesn't matter. It's going to do like 75 to 80% of the selling. Not just gain you awareness and gain you attention, gain you prospects to come in, but it's also going to do the selling for you. So that's another big benefit of content marketing. But my favorite is it's working 24/7, 365. It's always working for you. Like I said, whether you're putting out a podcast, whether you're putting out YouTube videos, I put out 2 videos each and every week. On this channel, it's all about consistency. Whether you're blogging or writing on like websites like Medium.com or LinkedIn or your own website, your own blog, it's just sticking with it, putting out quality content consistently. Those are the 3 words to dominate content marketing. So I got a little thing that I made years and years ago that I talk about content marketing and how it's basically like an employee. However, it's much better than employee, and for a few reasons, because it's never going to call in sick, it never takes a vacation, it never shows up late, it's not going to whine and ask for benefits, it's not going to quit and go work for the competition, and my favorite of all, it's not going to quit and it's not going to flirt with Debbie in accounting, and be an HR nightmare with flirting there with the employees. That's the little joke there, but that's the power of content marketing. It's working for you 24/7, 365, always working. The more content out there, the more likely you're going to be found as well. But it working for you. I compare it like to little minions. There's little minions all over the internet, little pieces of content all over the internet, and it's going back to you. So I tell you all this because to tell you about a live case study of content marketing. So I've been real estate wholesaling. I've heard of it, I should say, for years and years and years and years. I had no idea what it was. Just till last Friday, I watched a YouTube video on it. There's a couple guys I follow on Twitter. It really intrigued me, and so I watched a couple of videos, and my mind was blown on how real estate wholesaling works. I'm not going to get into that here. So I found a software company called Carrot. I think it's Carrot. It's real estate investing. They sell websites and training, but the guy, the owner, his name's Trevor or Travis. Trevor, I think it is. I've heard of the company before over the years. But his website, I was on the blog, I read a couple blog posts, I watched a couple of the videos, and he had some downloads and links to some personal development thing. He had a very similar habit tracker that I use. He uses it online, but it was very similar to mine, and he got it from someone and I got it from someone as well, but I liked that he had that, and then he had a couple other things, a productivity thing, a habit tracker, an energy tracker, just some really cool personal development things. But he had all these videos, that he was on the video in the blog post, and I listened to a podcast. I could just feel it. The guy just really cared about his customers. He wanted them to win. Through the podcast, I could hear it. Watching the videos, I could see it. I could feel it. Through the content, I could just feel it as well, just reading the content. And I was like, that's the power of content marketing. So if I were to ever get into real estate wholesaling, which I probably will at some point, I would go use Trevor's, I know I'm drop it like his first name just because of some of the content I read from him or consumed from him. I would go with his company. I wouldn't shop around price-wise. Their product looks fantastic. It had excellent reviews. It looked like a decent price for what I was getting. It looked like, actually, the price looked excellent. But I wouldn't need to do any comparison because the content was overwhelming in a good way. It wasn't a bad thing. And I think, I don't know, I'd say I consumed about 2 hours of content over the course of a day, maybe a day and a half, but I just felt like I knew the guy. I felt like he really wanted his customers to win and his team to win. He spoke very highly of them. So that's the power of content marketing. He got that message all out in his content. He didn't have to pick up the phone and do it one by one to each person, He didn't have to go out shaking hands to people. Not that he doesn't do that. One by one, he did it on his website and using some channels like YouTube, iTunes for the podcast. And he used that to publish content, to share that message with the people, and you get that feeling. So that's the power of content marketing. It's kind of like a live case study, and you don't have to convince me of content marketing. I'm a huge, huge fan of it, but I wanted to share that live case study with you. This was a video I did not have planned in my little YouTube scheduler of my planned content, but this just happened to me yesterday, and I was like, shit, you know what? This is perfect. These YouTube videos, it's content marketing. I'm putting out content. People are watching these videos at all hours in the night when I'm sleeping or out and about with Ava and Ashton or doing whatever. They're watching these videos. They're downloading my guides. They're reading my emails. You can leverage the power of the internet, a lot of these software tools, a lot of these platforms to have your content being consumed, like I said, at all hours of the night. So a little bit different video. It's kind of just something that just happened to me recently that I wanted to share. So, hey, if you like these types of videos, make sure to hit that little subscribe button down below and click that little bell notification. I put out new videos every Monday and Thursday for your viewing pleasure. As always, if you have comments, questions, or concerns, please post them down in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If I can't answer them, I'll try and find someone or point you in a resource that might be able to help you better than I can. Once again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it.